That's for the dumb. That's for the thumbnail because YouTube had me fucked up with the suggested ones. Oh, you know what? I've had a long day. I just realized I get zoom in. I can't relate. Too close. I'm not ready for my close up. Okay, hello, hi. So, this is my second vlog. For all those who watched, thank you. And for everyone who didn't, weird. So we're still reading The Creative Act, A Way of Being. I'm liking the book. I'm breezing through it, and what I mean by breezing through it, not just kind of like speed reading, it's an easy read. It's really like calming. Feels like an easy read in the sense of like, you know, it's not like a step 1, 1, 2, 1, 2 situation. He's not telling you what to do. If anything, he's more like kind of telling you like how to really open your mind to art and how you can like, it's really hard to explain, to be honest. Like just the openness of like the creativity process and not making it so robotic, you know, and just kind of opening your mind to some things. I actually highlighted a few things, which is new for me because I hate writing in books. I don't know why. I've always been someone who likes to keep a book as pristine as possible, which is hilarious because I don't read that much, not as much as I should. So I'm gonna read a few things that I highlighted. So I'm on page currently. Let's see. Oh, I had a bookmark in here. Oh, here it is. On page 95, which it like you breeze through it in a way, but you take it in the sense of that, like, you know, like when you're reading it, you're like, He dropped some bars in here where I'm like, you got that, and that's why I had to start highlighting, because he was saying some things. I was like, ooh, I want to come back to that. I feel like if I get through this book as quick as I think I will, I think I'll read it again, just to like really get it. So he has a section called Tuning In. Just talk about taking your surroundings and all that, and yeah. So some things I highlighted in here. He said this. After he said this, what I'm about to read, I had to highlight it because what he's about to say, I've always, let me just read it. If you have an idea you're excited about and you don't bring it to life, it's not uncommon for the idea to find its voice through another maker. I don't want to even tell you how many of my ideas have popped up on my phone from some other bitch. Should have been me. But I sat on it way too long, and it was like, I gotta go. I gotta go somewhere else. And it was happening, it's so weird, and I know we all feel this, where it was like, sometimes the idea was so specific, I was like, whoa, did I tell that to somebody? Like, did I get around? But it's like, ideas are like energy in a way. They want to be made. And if you're not making it, it's like, girl, I gotta go. There's someone more willing to do it than you, which is very interesting to say. When he said that, it was lightning through my soul. And Rick Rubin has been in the game for decades, and I'm sure he's felt that. You have an idea, you sit on it for whatever reason, and next thing you know, it's somewhere else, and you're like, what's going on? That the idea wants to be alive, and you have to like do it. So that's something I'm trying to practice more. Just doing it, just doing the thing, not worrying about like, oh well, that thing I need like just doing it, you know. And something else he says, as artists, it's our job to draw down this information, transmute it, and share it. We are all translators for messages the universe is broadcasting. I was like, oh my god, wait. And that's true, because like, I feel like a lot of the art I want to make, and a lot of the art that I have made or whatever, is to convey a message, or to kind of like inspire other people, or to like the human expression of consciousness, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, oh yeah, like what I'm trying to make, like if I was to look back on my life and everything I've done, that's like a project that's come from me. I would hope that most of those projects are like experiences of like, they're racing outside. Like one reason I became an actor is to show like human emotion and like to tell stories and like show the human experience, you know, because I just think that's so important. I feel like so much media has like done that for me, like movies and so on, and music and TV shows. Yeah, so that was just something that like, that was heavy. When I heard that, I was like, it just hit real hard, and I was like, yo, I really gotta like get on that. This book is great, and what's great is I've been reading it at work. A lot of people are like, oh my god, I've read that book, I've read that book. I mean, it did kind of pop off. I was trying to just like highlight any and everything. Like I tried to be very specific in why I felt like I needed to go back to that message. And this book is great. It's like, he's not like, there's no ego in there. It's not like I. It's like, in nowhere in this book does it feel like, oh, I know everything, you know nothing. It feels like a friend, like who it feels like a friend who you trust, like kind of just sitting by a fire, just talking about like art, and you know they've made great art, and you're like, well, this is what I do. And you're like, oh. So thank you, Mr. Rubin. Oh, so this is a whole nother segment. This is about setting, like settings, I guess, to work, which is something I battle with myself. I am old school in some of my practices. I don't like to do too much on my phone. I'd rather a laptop or a book, personally. And I try to be in certain settings where I can say focus. Let's see. What did he say in here about? So I highlighted this because I thought it'd be a cool thing to try. He goes, Andy Warhol was set to create with a television, radio, and record player all simultaneously. For Eminem, the noise of a single TV set is his preferred backdrop for writing. Marcel lined his walls with sound-absorbing cork, closed the drapes, and wore earplugs. Kafka took his need for silence to an extreme. Not like a hermit, he once said, but like a dead man. There's no wrong way. There's only your way. So basically, like, finding like the right setting to make like your art. Even with this, even with me vlogging, you know, my first vlog was in my room, no lights. I had the windows open. I don't know if anyone was even here at the time. My roommate went to work. I was like, I'm gonna vlog now. I'd rather no one be here. Maybe that's my setting. Maybe it's where it's like I can truly talk to myself. And hopefully that'd be the case. I feel like I like to work alone, or like when it's something I need to do, like as alone as possible. This book has been really great for me. I'm trying to. I'm just gonna read it from the front through the back, just so I don't miss anything. And I want to start working on my projects in conjunction to reading it. I think it'll like keep the energy flowing, keep me on track, and all that. I'm trying to get some stuff in the midst. I have been getting a lot of TikToks that are telling me things from my friends and from my For You page. And I'm a big believer in signs. I feel like the universe used to send me like little signs, like a gust of wind that would like trickle a feeling, or you know, a little kid saying something to me like, move to LA. I feel like I'd get these weird signs where I'm like, was that a sign or am I crazy? And I don't think I was taking enough of the signs from the universe. I think I was probably listening to one out of every 10 signs, and the universe is like, you're a dumb bitch. So now I'm getting TikToks, which are way more for it, that are like, this March you're gonna succeed, but you gotta do the work. And I'm like, okay. And I think I'm, yeah, so, but I'm a huge believer in that, especially if I'm like thinking it and it pops up on my phone. I'm like, You know, so I'm very excited for the things I have lined up. I'm gonna get new headshots soon, which I'm kind of nervous about. I'm not nervous about. Maybe I am nervous. I don't know what the word is. I think my first headshots, which I do love, they're not the vibe I'm going for anymore. I feel like actors I've been even kind of told this one since being here, kind of curating your headshots to be like for something kind of specific. Like, who could you play? Unfortunately for you, I think I can play anybody. I could see me doing a George Washington biopic easily. Give me the wig. I see that for me. So hearing that, I can't I can't abide by it. It's too like specific, and for what headshots cost nowadays, I'm not doing that personally. We and my roommates, we were having a talk today about headshots and all that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, finally, like, you know, I'm gonna get that done this month, especially since I shaved my head years ago and I don't have my afro anymore. I'm like, I don't look like that. I realized with my headshots, I don't want to look like, I want to look like me, but I want to give off the vibe of like, when you see my headshot, I want you to be like, ooh, it's giving indie actor, it's giving Sundance, it's giving HBO, it's giving Max, it's giving Showtime, it's giving, you know, like, oh, like, I want that, like, I want like a vibe of like artist, you know what I mean? That's what I want. I want like, oh, he's an actor, that's an actor, that's someone who's like, he might be a little crazy because he's so, you know, that's what I want. I don't want, I feel like I've done it before and it's helped, but I think what I want to do, I want to like take the reins of my own vibe, you know? And to be honest, I think it's all on me. Like, when the camera gets in front of me, I gotta give that vibe, you know? Taking headshots is so weird. It's weird. Because you're like, oh, like is Martin Scorsese gonna like look at it and be like, put me in a movie? You know, you like have all these voices in your head, and you have your voice in the head, and then your session's only an hour, and like 10 minutes in, you're like, fuck, I only have 50 more minutes, and I got 2 more looks, like, and you know, I really try to be easy breezy about all my acting stuff, like, cause I just can't let it consume me, cause it's like, I chose to do this, I'm not changing career paths, I put too much effort, and I've told too many people I'm gonna win an Oscar, and they're like waiting on that, so I can't. So when it comes to my acting stuff, you know, professional, and I do the work I need to in the back end for sure. Could be doing more, will admit. But there was a time where I was hitting it hard, which was great. I enjoyed it, but there's definitely a balance, and I'm trying to work on that balance. I'm trying to be more easy breezy, more like knowing what I want, be like, yep, that's it, that's the shot, that's it, you know. Like, when I do have get my headshots taken, whenever they're ready, I'm probably gonna, like, you know, when that photographer asks me which ones I want edited, I'm probably gonna like step away from it for like a day or two. That's what I did with my last one. I think I skimmed through it, and I waited a day or two, and I was like, oh, I gotta pick up my headshots, and then I picked them out. And ultimately, I feel like the choice is up to me. Like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah. So, I'm excited for it, but a little nervy. And one thing I'm kind of curious about is what I'm gonna wear. My other headshots were cute, but yeah. What do you wear? You know, what headshots? It's a lot. It's a lot. This is definitely for all artists, I feel, the rise of like doing it your damn self, and not just in the sense of like, oh, I'm an artist, I'll make a song, like really doing it your damn self, because ever since I moved, when I moved here, it was the turn of what's happening now. Literally, I think that first year I was here, that was maybe like the last year you could do things acting wise the old way. TikTok, I don't know, was even out just yet, but like there was the rise of the Instagram and all that stuff, and it was changing the game for sure. TikTok has like it's changed everything, literally everything, like such a butterfly effect. And it's crazy because it's like, it's good and bad, like it's fitty, you know. TikTok, you could reach an audience of millions of people overnight. One TikTok could go viral, and then that's it. And the thing is, like, I think because TikTok was so big because of Musical.ly, like, you know, they turned it into TikTok, everyone was getting viral. Everyone. In the Vine days, oh my god, maybe like there would be like 10 viral moments, real viral moments in the year. And you wouldn't be viral if you weren't on Ellen DeGeneres. She was the gatekeeper of what was viral. Honestly, I miss Ellen. I don't care what y'all say. But back then you could be viral and people follow you and all that, but like now you get viral. The Haktua girl, why did that happen? Like, I don't know what her dreams or aspirations are, but like that was crazy to me. I was like, what? And it's cool it happened for her, but it's like we're giving it to anyone, any and everyone, and some know what to do with it, some don't. That's their own like prerogative, but it's flooding the market so much to the point where it's like affecting the music industry and it's affecting the film industry. And so the actors have to constantly like regroup, which honestly, like, that's just how it is in most careers. But like, it's like almost, it seems like every month, every year, we are regrouping. There's a new TikTok, there's a new app, there's a new this, there's a new that, to the point where I'm getting auditions asking for my Instagram handle and how many followers I have. There's been so many auditions I've had where they're like looking for like an influencer with a big following, but if we can't find one, then we'll take like whoever. I'm like, oh, okay. And personally, like, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think this, if you're working on something, you're like, I want Jake Paul in it because he has 50 million followers and they'll all come see it. That's totally fine. Go to Jake Paul and ask him to be in a movie. And if he says no, you can't get any other famous people who are influencers, then hire an actor. You can do what you want for your project. I'm not hating. It's just like getting an audition and you're saying in a breakdown, we want Jake Paul. So if Jake Paul sees this, let us know. Like, they're like, if you're a big influencer with like a big name, like we will consider you. It's like, okay. You're just gonna take any influencer. You're gonna take anyone with a big following. Anyone. Doesn't matter if they're, okay, cool. And it's like, damn, girl, like, I'm losing my job to people who are doing the Renegade. And I'm like, and I have to go buy, and they're not even getting headshots. It's fine. It's fine, because, like, no one else's career is my career, and what's meant for me will not pass me. I'm a huge believer in that. But like, golly, it's just like my workload is so different now. That's what I'm like mostly upset about. Like 2018-19, when I lived in downtown with my roommate Brisa, when we would get an audition, we'd get an audition on Monday. It'd be due Wednesday night, maybe Thursday morning. You get it on Monday, you're like, oh, I got an audition. You could read the script, memorize it, and maybe read the next day, film it the next day, send it in. You could really sit with the script. The turnover for everything is so fast. I'm not even like, most auditions I'm getting are barely like 24 hours. Barely 24 hours. I just had an audition for something, and I got lucky, and I missed it, unfortunately. I didn't get the alert. But I think it was like, it was a 24-hour turnover, but the end time was kind of weird. It was like in the morning, which I'm just like, make it 12. PM. But some things we get, there have been times where I've gotten auditions at 7 in the morning. They were due at like 5 in the afternoon, same day. Or 11 in the afternoon, same day. Got them that morning. And it's like, I do have a job. I do have a life. Like, and what's crazy about those auditions are, they're not one-liners. They're not one-liners. They're 2 scenes, 4 pages each, with a monologue in each one. Crazy. Now, can I sing this self-tape in? Yeah. Is it gonna be like spectacular? Cause the way my day is going, I have a 3-hour window to learn 8 pages of dialogue. And it sucks because at some point, like, we all get these moments like this with our auditions where it's like, you're just like, let me just send it in so it doesn't like look bad against, like, so I don't decline it, so the casting director doesn't like think I'm unprofessional, you know? And it sucks because you send it in, but they're gonna see it, but because you had work at 5 p.m. and you got the audition at 7 a.m., but you slept in, so you didn't wake up until like maybe 11 a.m., and then you see you're getting ready for the day, and you just check your emails, and it's 12:30. You notice you have an audition, and you're reading it. You're like, oh my god, it's 8 pages. Now it's 1 p.m. You have to leave for work an hour before because maybe you take the metro to beat traffic. So you really only have to like 1 to 3 to film, to like get dressed, put on a little makeup, set up, memorize it, perform it, see if one of your roommates can read for you, do as many good takes as you can of both, edit it, make sure it looks good, put it all together, send it out. Like, it's stressful to the point where you're doing these auditions and you like send them and you're kind of like, yeah, that was like, oh, that was okay. You're like, the amount of auditions I've had to send in because something like that's happened. Literally, whenever I'm like, you know, like I'm off. Today's Friday. I'm off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And maybe I should start doing this. If I were to like go to bed without setting an alarm, I promise you, I'd wake up with an audition that was due like a few hours later. I every time I want to have a day for myself that happens, which is fine. It's fine. Like, that's okay. But that's what I'm saying. It's so like random. It's not like I get the audition and it's due like, oh, I get it Saturday, it's due Tuesday, and I'm still gonna get it in early so they can watch it as soon as possible. Because you don't want to be the last person to put an audition. That's just like, you know, last one to jump the fence. But I remember one time I was like, I'm gonna go to Phil's and I'm gonna work on my pilot, and I'm just gonna sit there and write all day because I'm off today. I'm just gonna have a good day. I'm just gonna be lazy. I have nothing to do. Like, there's not really to do. I'm gonna try and be productive. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take an edible. I take an edible and I take a bus downtown. And before I even get to the Phil's, it's hitting hard. I'm literally on Mars. Get to Phil's, order the coffee. Sitting down, open up my freaking laptop, and I'm like, no one here knows I'm high as fuck. And I'm going through my emails, cause I'm always like, I was gonna check my emails on my laptop at a coffee shop. I open the email. And I have an email from my agent. She's like, hey, can you confirm that audition? What? Panicking, immediately panic. What? And because I'm like trying to move fast, but it feels like I'm moving slow. Girl, how about I had an audition, got that morning, or I got it like crazy late at night the night before. It was due in like 3 hours. Packed up my shit, jumped on the bus, went back home, had to do it. I'm on the bus trying to read the freaking script, but I can't concentrate because I'm zoomed in and everything around me and I'm just hearing voices and my thoughts are trailing off, and I feel, and when I don't know you guys, but when a minute feels like 30 minutes. I've been on the bus for 6 days. I'm like, when am I getting home? And I'm panicking, by the way. I can barely read because I don't think I have my glasses at this point either. So like, I can't see, but I don't know I can't see because I didn't go to the optometrist yet. And I'm trying to, I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. Ugh. I get home, I set up, I film it. Literally, I swear on everything. I'm doing the audition like this. Hi, my name is Markevius Spicer. I'm 5'7", located in Los Angeles. I said, what was it for? It was a commercial. It was a commercial audition. It was like a little monologue I had to read, and no one was here to help. I had to I think I had to hold my laptop. It doesn't matter. I sent it in, and I was just like exhausted from the whole thing. And I was like, I was gonna have a great day. Anyway, I just miss, and it's crazy because like I didn't move to LA till 2017, like the end of like August 2000, September 2017. So, and I wasn't getting the acting popping until I left and came back. It's a whole story. We can get into that later. So the whole in-person audition thing, I missed that. I've only had, oh no, JK. There was that one. I've had three in-person auditions. There's one for that series that I got. Then they took the part away. I don't know what that was about. Killed it though. Killed that audition. And then there was that one student film. Oh, there was that one student film. There was that one student film, and there was that one student film. So 2. So 3. Yeah, I've only done 3, which is fine. I'd rather the in-person. Rather, weed out the week. I would love that so much. I act so much better on my feet in front of an audience. Like, like self-tapes are great, and I enjoy it. And I'm trying to elevate me and my roommate's self-tapes. I'm gonna buy a backdrop. I think I need a backdrop. I think a backdrop for me would be a little more like set-like. I think I need that. I think I need the drama. Cause sometimes you're filming, and I think I'm gonna start filming my auditions on this camera. Cause it's nice to have a giant camera on you with a screen on the side. And I'm like, oh, let's do this. When you film on your phone, it's like, I don't know. It's a little too DIY. You know? It's all for me. It's all like it's just the illusion. I just need the illusion again. And I think that's what it is. I think I need to dip into the illusion of acting again, because I don't know, I just need to romanticize it more. What's so damn funny? Sorry, someone's cackling outside. I think when it comes to acting in your career, you have to romanticize it. Because when you get too much into the business and the process and the you like dive in it too hard, it's not fun anymore. And you can burn out. And I'm terrified of burning out. I think I kind of, in a way, burnt out from acting because of COVID. I think I was burnt out on life. A lot had happened right before COVID, and it was supposed to simmer down. I had quit my job. They were working me like a literal slave, and I was supposed to like focus on just acting for like the first 2 months. COVID hit, and I wasn't able to do that. And I was just sitting around every day watching the news, then Ellen, then like all these TV shows, and like it was like every day. That's how it was for the first like year. And then we moved, and then like, yeah. So I think I just need to like, not necessarily grind, but just romanticize the acting again. I think that's what I need to do. That's what I have to do. I feel like I'm doing it. It's just the early start of it. Let me dive back in the book. Let me see if there's anything else in here I wanted to share. I don't think there's anything else I want to share, but there's something else I want to talk about since we're just gossiping. Timothée Chalamet just won Best Actor at the Best Actor at the SAG Awards, and he gave his speech, and I'm gonna paraphrase. He was basically saying like it was a shock and everything, and he was saying he was very grateful for it, and he was like, I want to be one of the greats, like, and he named like some people, blah 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 blah. He was like, a lot of people don't say that, but like I'm striving for greatness, and like that's what I want to do. Why is everyone coming for him? Like he pointed at Coleman Domingo and was like, fuck you, bitch. They're like, you're being selfish, you need to be humble, da 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 da. Fuck being humble. Fuck all that. If actors were really humble, they wouldn't go to the SAG Awards. And when they got roles and when they got parts, they wouldn't take the fucking award. They'd be like, it's the work that matters, not the... I've always strived for... I'm a competitive person. I'm an Aries. Competitive. And I like it. I don't... All I do is win, so it's fine. I like being competitive. I enjoy it. Try to keep it cute, nothing too crazy. That being said, I want an Oscar. I want one. I for sure need three. Three for sure. Acting one, obviously. A directing one would be cool. And a writing one would be cool. If like I had to choose. Like someone was like, what for? It would be those three. All three for acting, totally fine. But I want some Oscars. Like, I want an Oscar. And I'm not ashamed to say that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, an Oscar isn't going to, like, define me. Like, I don't consider when I win an Oscar, I don't think it's like, okay, cool, that's it, I'm done. It would be like a little tree in the forest that is my life. But I want at least 3 of those trees, you know? And it's so funny, I was actually thinking earlier, I was like, I could totally be an EGOT winner. Personally, I think so. A lot of work and determination would have to go into that. I think the most difficult one to get is a Tony, for sure. But yeah. But it's just like, you know, I feel like people... I feel like awards, when it comes to awards, it's kind of like them saying, we recognize your talent, we recognize your hard work, and this is us celebrating that now. You know? And that's true with the nomination, even with the nomination too. The nomination is, I don't know how I'll feel when I get nominated for an Oscar, but people are always like, oh, it's just great to be nominated. And I think that's very valid and very true. And the fact that people are kind of being like, oh, he needs to be humble, blah, 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 blah. I was like, you weren't listening. He's saying he's striving for greatness. He's really wanting to, like, really put in the work. And being an actor is fucking hard. Even being a bad actor is, like, hard. It's a lot of things on the back end you have to do. There's just so much. So that's why, like, when everyone's like, oh, I think I'll try acting, I, like, give the side eye. Because I'm like, are you even going to last to, like, the warm-up period of just getting it started? Like, the amount of money I've spent on acting, that is not gonna, like, come back. The auditions, the headshots, the money for printing scripts, the classes, everything, just everything that has to do with acting. Like, money that I'll only get back if I'm booking things. But the thing is, like, you know, even when you're not booking things, just getting auditions is also great too. You know, if I get 100 auditions in a year, that's amazing. I'm happy about that. You know? But yeah, it's just something I was just thinking about. But it costs a lot to be a starving artist, which is so funny. It really does. We were talking about being SAG eligible and about joining SAG, which is something you're gonna have to do at some point when you're an actor. If you're booking enough, you will book something in SAG, and once you hit a certain point, they're like, you have to join the union. and the dues are about, I think they're like $3,000, and it'll be worth it because it will elevate you in a way where you'll be getting more auditions. Like, both of my roommates are SAG eligible. I might be SAG eligible. I gotta talk to a friend about that. She would know more because of some work I did back in the day. So I don't know. I could be wrong, but I did get checks from them for a while. So I may be in it. We'll see. I don't know. Well, fingers crossed. But my plan, you know, they were talking about like the pros and cons and everything, and she didn't know. She didn't know what she wanted to do when it came to it, and it's so funny because it jolted my brain when we were talking. I was like, "Oh my gosh," because she was saying like she felt like she wasn't getting like a lot of auditions for things she wanted. And in my head, I was thinking, I was like, why isn't she getting those auditions? I'm like, why am I not getting those auditions? Why aren't people getting those auditions? And then we were talking about it this morning in coffee. I go, oh my God, it's because of SAG. And I was like, when I first moved here, my plan, get a commercial agent, get in a commercial, live off the residuals, join SAG ASAP. That was it. Didn't happen, which is fine, because a lot of things. But being in SAG was like it. I was like, I need to be part of that club. And I don't know what made me forget. I know SAG is a thing, but I don't know what made me forget that like that was my main thing. It was like, I want to be part of SAG. Fuck the dues. I don't care how much the dues are. I don't care. I can get the money for that if need be, you know. I was like, that was it. That's what I want to do. Seeing that you're a SAG actor, a casting director, is going to just take you that more seriously. It's just the truth. And that's just, they're like, he's part of the union. He's been on a SAG set. He knows how, he's been with SAG actors. That's what they're thinking, you know? It's kind of like being part of I don't it's like when it's like someone being like, oh, he's a cook? Oh, he can cook? Okay, cool. He's a line cook? Oh, that's nice. Oh, but that guy, he's a line cook, but he works at a Michelin star restaurant? Oh, he's a cook. Do you know, does that make sense? It's like you both have that experience, but like, there is one that is a little more upper echelon than the other. That's just the T. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily better all the time, but to someone who's just meeting you, they're gonna be like, you're the real deal. That's just the T. That's just the T. You know, it's like being a gymnast and then being like an Olympic gold gymnast. You know, it's a little bit of a difference. But yeah, I always think about when we went to Atlanta that one time, and we were messaging agents and managers, and we were like, yeah, we're visiting from LA, blah, 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 blah. Everyone hit us back up. They couldn't take us on, but they replied the next morning. I remember being in a cafe at like 8 o'clock in the morning, getting emails from managers being like, so sorry we couldn't see you this time, but good luck, da-da-da-da. Like, responding. No one in LA is responding to you. You hit up a manager, nothing's happening. You're not hearing from them. You're not. Now, could it have been because they were just being courteous or whatever? I don't know. But I know when you're on the East Coast and you go, oh, I'm visiting from LA. Yeah, I'm an actor. I live in LA. I live in LA. Los Angeles, California. You might as well say you're Leonardo DiCaprio sometimes. Still, when I go home, people are like, are you still in LA? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh my gosh. They think I'm living with the Kardashians. Which is cool. Doesn't mean anything. But that's how it is. So, yeah. Hopefully soon I can get on my SAG. And yeah. I think that is enough yapping for today. Thank you for watching. And I will see you next time.